Hello friends, in this lecture we shall discuss risk mitigation strategies. First of all, what is meant by risk? Risk is possibility of loss as a result of uncertain circumstances. Risk mitigation. In risk management, after risk identification and risk quantification, the process of risk mitigation is initiated. So the process of risk mitigation takes place once risk identification is done and risk measurement or risk quantification is completed. What is meant by risk mitigation? Friends, risk mitigation is initiation of steps to reduce adverse impact of risk. So risk has negative impact, adverse impact, and when steps are initiated to reduce this adverse impact, so that strategy is called risk mitigation. And in risk mitigation, there can be various strategies. So here we are going to have 4 different strategies. The first one is avoid or withdraw. Second one is reduce or optimize. Third, share or transfer. And fourth, accept or retain. Now we shall discuss these one after one. So first one is avoid or withdraw. Avoid or withdraw means do not undertake that activity which carries risk. For example, airplane can be hijacked, so do not travel by air. And in bank lending, there is a lot of risk because accounts become NPA, hence avoid it. So in such situation, do not undertake the activity which carries the risk. What will be the implication of this strategy? The good thing would be exposure to risk will be avoided altogether. So there will be zero risk. Then negative impact, loss of business opportunity, which is damaging for the organization. So organizations are promoted to do business. If activities are stopped because they carry risk, then it will amount to loss of business opportunity. And that is very, very damaging for the organization. Another, loss of potential profit, which is required to sustain the organization. All business organizations need profit for sustaining themselves. Hence, if we do not undertake activities which carry risk, then there will be loss of potential profit. In fact, avoidance is very, very expensive strategy. Hence, this cannot be adopted. Let us now see the second one, reduce or optimize. Reducing or optimizing means reducing the severity of the impact. So there is negative impact. How to reduce that negative impact? So that is second strategy. Impact of undertaking an activity can be positive or it can be negative, and risk is associated with the negative impact. And in this strategy, the focus is how to reduce that negative impact. Friend, this can be done by optimizing the risk. How this optimization takes place? So it can be done by balancing the negative impact and the benefits which will be available from undertaking that activity. So two things need to be balanced. One is the negative impact, other the benefit from that activity. Hence in this way the risk can be optimized. For example, bank decides to lend and keep the loans portfolio stress-free. Now we know it very well that bank lending is a risky business, and bank decides to lend, and at the same time it likes to keep the loans portfolio stress-free. What the bank can do? So bank staff can put more efforts on appraisal, follow-up and recovery. So to reduce the risk, to optimize the risk, so these steps can be initiated. And as regards the recovery part, it can be outsourced so that bank could concentrate more on appraisal and delivery. So in this way, the bank can reduce the risk on the lending activity. Let us now evaluate the third strategy, that is share or transfer. Friends, sharing or transferring means sharing the burden of loss or benefit of gain from a risk with other parties. In lending business, it can be through insisting on higher margin, that is sharing with borrower, collateralizing on tangible, that is sharing with borrower, transfer of risk by obtaining guarantees from credit guarantee organizations, and securitization, that is to reduce concentration and recycling. So these are various strategies. Now retain or accept. So that is fourth strategy. When cost of management of risk through other options is high, or it hinders the achievement of organizational goals, then risk has to be retained. So in what situation it has to be accepted? One, when cost of management of risk through other options is very high, or it restricts the achievement of organizational goals, then risk retention will be the best strategy. Once it is decided to retain the risk, then decision will be taken to manage the risk. And it is good strategy where the chances of very large loss is too small and cost to share or transferring the risk is very high. So in those situations, this strategy is good. For example, insurance of properties and assets against a nuclear risk or war risk is normally not undertaken because premium is very high. So here the organization will retain the risk or accept the risk because of this situation. Friends, risk acceptance or retention helps in growth of business and profits, and it can be used along with other strategy. Now to conclude, no one good strategy is best. So these strategies have to be used through a mix. Well friends, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm sure you will be benefited by the contents. Thank you once again.